Hi everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie's Cards. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am creating this fun shadow box card featuring Alex Syberia stamps and Heffy Doodle dies. I have created this for the Instagram hop that's going on at the moment. It's a collaboration between Alex Syberia and Heffy Doodle, and it is absolutely stunning. There's loads of stuff that the design teams have come up with. This is my contribution. I urge you to go and check out the hop because you will be in the chance of winning a gift voucher to both Heffy Doodle and Alex Syberia. And it's definitely worth checking out. I will leave the link in the description below to my Instagram. You can go and check it out there. So I'm using this Always Be Yourself stamp set and the coordinating dies from Alex Syberia, and I have the Heffy Doodle shadow box die, which I'm going to be using to create my box card. So I have coloured and cut out my little unicorns here, and I have stamped out a whole bunch of stars and the moon from the stamp set. Now you have the option of colouring these in yourself. It has an outline stamp, or it has the filled in stamp, which you can just stamp with some coloured ink, and that's what I chose to do. I like that you get both options. It's really, really good. So I've gone ahead and cut out the pieces for my shadow box die. You need to cut out 2 of these pieces, and you'll need to cut a window out of one of them. The dies are all included to do that, and it's a very, very easy to put together. So I'm just using some double-sided tape on the tabs here. I'm going to line up my shadow box. I'm using the grid mat to help me here to make sure it's all nice and lined up. Once I'm happy, I'll go ahead and attach that tab down. And you can see how it just folds over to form the box. Before I do that, I'm going to decorate my background with those stars and that moon that I had stamped and coloured out. Stamped and cut out, not coloured out. And I'm just going to go ahead and attach these down once I get my glue working. It was really clogged up today for some reason. I managed to get it clear and got it working though in the end, which is good. It did take me a little while though. So I'm going to just kind of attach these down willy-nilly on the back part of my card. I want this to look like a nighttime scene, so hence the reason I chose a black cardstock for my card base, and the stars and the moon and the sky. I just thought it was kind of fun and a good way to create a nice nighttime sky backdrop. So I have no kind of rhyme or reason as to where I'm putting these stars. I'm just kind of plonking them down willy-nilly. I'm not too bothered about the bottom portion because that is going to be covered up by some clouds, which I will show you in a second here. So I'm just concentrating on the upper part of my shadow box and just popping these little stars down with some liquid glue fairly randomly, trying to get them nicely spread out. But I don't know, do you find that when you're trying to put things down randomly that you always end up putting them in some kind of strange pattern, and then you're like, oh, that doesn't look right? It always happens to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's something subconscious going on. I'm not sure. But anyway, I kind of tried to even it out and make it look fairly random. I hope it turned out in the end. There is a mixture of smaller stars and larger stars. So I have stamped out a mixture of those, and I'm just kind of popping them down. In the end, there were only 3 here that I didn't use, and I'm keeping them to use later on. So I'm just going to sweep them off to the side for now. Once I was happy with all my stars and moon, here are my cloud pieces. I have used this cloud die from the shadow box die. It comes with all included in the set. And I have created these tab pieces, which I'm going to pop down into my shadow box card once I remove the backing paper from my double-sided tape. Why is that so difficult? Like, it really shouldn't be that hard. I always struggle with it. I don't know why. But I'm going to line these clouds up. I'm going to kind of stagger them in height so that you get a little bit of height difference between them as well. They're not all kind of sitting at the same level. And I'm just kind of placing them down so that there's a little bit of space in between each cloud piece to create the kind of dimension in my box. This is the last one going on, so I'm just popping them down on the left-hand side first. Once I have them all attached down on one side, when I eventually get this tape off, I pulled out my pokey tool in the end to help me because I just was really struggling. So once I've got them all laid out, I will kind of flip them over. I'll remove the liner tape on the other side of the tabs, and then I can just flip my shadow box over to pick up those pieces. I really struggle with this double-sided tape. Honestly, has anybody got any hints or tricks for this? Because I really struggle with it every single time. In the end, I get there, we have a full shadow box here in a second. I'm just going to remove the liner tape on this last tab piece, and then I can go ahead and adhere everything down. Oh, that was a bit of a mouthful. And get it all stuck down into place. And there we have it. Shadow box is complete. I think it looks like a nighttime sky. I hope you agree. It was kind of fun. So I've pulled out some of this extra thick acetate from Heffy Doodle, and I have attached it to a couple of my unicorns. These are the unicorns that look like they're kind of jumping, and I wanted them to look like they're kind of jumping through the clouds. So I'm using that acetate to pop them up above the clouds a little bit. I have that pink one right on the very back level and kind of towards the left-hand side of the box. And the yellow one is going to be in the middle level and kind of towards the right-hand side of the shadow box. And then I've got my other two little unicorns here. One is going to be sitting here on the left-hand side behind that bank of clouds, and the other one is going to be sitting in front of the bank of clouds on the right-hand side, right in behind the shadow box itself. So I just love these unicorns. They're so fun, and I couldn't resist colouring them in these lovely pastel shades of pink, yellow, turquoise, and purple. I was inspired by the packaging that they came in. On the back of the packaging, it had all these gorgeous unicorns coloured in these fun ways, and I just had to do them exactly the same. So I'm just attaching that last unicorn down there, and then that is pretty much my shadow box complete, and I just think it looks so cool. I really love it. Of course, I need to attach a sentiment, and I'm going to attach a little space on the back where I can write a sentiment as well. So I've cut that from some white cardstock. I used the same die that I used to cut out the center part of my shadow box, and I stamped out the sentiment, "You are a star," which comes from the stamp set. And then those three little stars that I had left over, I've attached them around that sentiment. Finally, I love the stamp set for the fact that the coordinating dies fussy cut the sentiments for you. And I just love that. And I love the look of fussy cut sentiments. So the dies do all the hard work. You just need to stamp it out and they will cut them out for you. So I have chosen the sentiment that says, "Sparkle on, darling." I just thought that was so cool and so much fun. I'm popping the sparkle on part at the top of my shadow box card and the darling at the bottom, and that is it. My shadow box is complete. I really hope you enjoyed this one. I really hope that you will go and check out my Instagram page and join in with the Alex Syberia Heffy Doodle Instagram hop that's going on at the moment. Remember to stop along at each hop on the way, leave a comment, and you could be in the chance of winning a gift voucher. I think it's to your choice of either Heffy Doodle or Alex Syberia. I will double check the details, and it will all be there on Instagram for you when you go and check it out. But please do that, because I love these two companies. It is my first time using Alex Syberia Designs products, and I was suitably impressed. They are absolutely gorgeous, and I will definitely be going back for more. So please do join me on that Instagram hop. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you enjoyed this one. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please do subscribe to my channel. I'd love to see you come back again. And feel free to leave a comment. It's always nice to hear from you. Thanks for joining me.